Keys, phone, wallet, you mutter, patting your pockets on the way out the door. You're alone. Nobody asked, nobody's listening. And yet, there you are, narrating your own life out loud like there's an audience. We all do it, talking ourselves through a tricky task, muttering, come on at a slow computer, saying, don't forget the milk to the empty kitchen. People sometimes worry this is a sign something's wrong with them. It's the opposite. Talking to yourself is one of the smartest things your brain does, and it has been quietly making humans more capable for a very long time. Start with where this comes from, because it has a fascinating origin in childhood. Watch a small child at play, and you'll hear them constantly narrating, telling themselves what they're doing, talking through their little decisions out loud. Now the kite goes up. No, this piece first. Psychologists noticed long ago that this out-loud self-talk isn't random chatter. It's a child using language to guide their own behavior, to steer themselves through a task. And here's the beautiful part. As children grow, that talk doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It becomes the silent inner voice you think in all day long. The voice in your head was once a voice out loud. So your inner speech, that running internal narration that almost never stops, began as literal talking to yourself, and it never fully left. Which means when you speak out loud to yourself as an adult, you're not doing something strange. You're surfacing a tool you've used your whole life, pulling the inner voice back out into the open because, in that moment, you need its full power. And it really is power. When you say a thing out loud, you engage more of your brain than when you merely think it. Speaking forces the fuzzy, half-formed thought into clear, ordered words. It slows you down just enough to actually process. It's why talking through a problem so often unlocks it, why explaining something to another person suddenly makes you understand it yourself. You don't even need the other person. Saying it to the empty room does much of the same work, because the act of putting it into spoken language is what organizes the thinking. This is especially obvious when you're trying to do something difficult or remember a sequence. Saying the steps out loud, left, then down, then twist, helps you hold them in mind and execute them in order. There's a part of the mind that juggles information in the moment, your mental workspace for whatever you're working on right now, and it has limited room. Speaking out loud takes some of the load off, almost like writing a note to yourself, except the note is sound. Studies have even found that saying the name of a thing you're looking for out loud helps you find it faster, your own voice sharpening your focus and guiding your eyes. Self-talk also does something for your emotions, and this might be the most useful part of all. When you're stressed, scared, or about to do something hard, talking yourself through it steadies you. Okay, you've got this. One step at a time. You're literally using words to calm your own nervous system, to coach yourself the way a good friend might. And there's a curious trick hidden in here. When people talk to themselves using their own name, or saying you instead of I, you can do this, Anna. It works even better. That small shift creates a little distance, lets you treat yourself like someone you're advising rather than someone drowning in the feeling, and that distance makes the encouragement land harder. This is exactly what athletes, performers, and anyone under pressure learn to use on purpose. The quiet pep talk before the big moment. The single word you repeat to lock in focus. The reminder muttered under your breath to stay calm, stay loose, breathe. None of this is superstition. It's self-regulation. The brain using its own language to manage its own state, and it's available to every single person for free, anytime you need it. There's a name for the broader skill underneath all this. Thinking about your own thinking, standing slightly outside your mind to direct it. Self-talk is one of the main ways humans do this. By speaking to yourself, you split, just a little, into the one talking and the one listening, the coach and the player, and that split is enormously useful. It lets you guide yourself, question yourself, encourage yourself, and catch yourself, all using the one tool that makes humans unlike any other animal, language turned inward. Now, it's worth saying that self-talk has a dark side too, because the inner voice isn't always kind. For some people, it's a relentless critic, narrating every flaw, replaying every mistake, calling them stupid or useless under their breath. This matters, because the way you talk to yourself shapes how you feel and what you do, more than most people realize. If your self-talk is harsh, you carry a bully in your head all day. The good news is the same tool that can tear you down can be deliberately retrained to build you up. You can catch the cruel line and consciously replace it with the line you'd offer a friend. You have more say over your inner voice than you think. So far from being a sign of something wrong, talking to yourself, out loud or in your head, is a sign of a richly developed mind. People who talk themselves through tasks often perform better. People who coach themselves through fear handle it better. The inner voice is not a malfunction. It's a feature, maybe one of the most important features your species ever developed. The thing that lets you plan, reflect, encourage, and steer yourself through a complicated life. There's a well-known version of this that programmers stumbled onto and gave a funny name. They found that explaining a stubborn problem out loud, step by step, even to an inanimate object sitting on the desk, would often reveal the solution mid-sentence. The object contributes nothing. The talking does everything. Forcing yourself to put the tangled problem into clear spoken words exposes the gap in your reasoning that silent thinking glided right over. You've almost certainly done this without naming it, talking through a decision out loud and hearing the answer arrive in your own voice, as if someone wiser were in the room. That someone was you, just using your fullest thinking tool. It's also quietly good for loneliness, in a way we rarely admit. The sound of your own voice in an empty home is a small comfort, a way of keeping yourself company, of making a silent space feel a little more alive. There's nothing sad or strange in that. Humans are built for voices, and when no one else's is around, your own can steady you, narrate you, keep you company through the quiet. It's not a symptom of being alone too much. It's one of the gentle ways the mind looks after itself. So the next time you catch yourself muttering encouragement at a stuck jar lid, or narrating your search for your keys, or giving yourself a quiet little pep talk before you walk into the room, don't feel embarrassed. You're not losing it. You're using one of the oldest, most powerful tools the human mind has, a voice that started when you were a small child, guiding yourself through play, and never stopped helping you ever since. The only question worth asking is not whether you talk to yourself. You will, all day, one way or another. The question is whether that voice is kind. Make it kind, and you'll have given yourself the best companion you could ask for.